Now we got a more familiar face out here. We've got Cosmos up on deck. Freshly minted Aegis player who's been honestly killing it lately.
Oh, yeah.
With this character. I believe he coming off a second place or top 3 place finish at the comeback recently and doing quite well at all the other events he's been entering so far. So.
Got the summit from the MSM last chance qualifier too. That was like I think one of my favorite like Cosmos moments.
What
of the
a
year
run
so far.
too.
Oh, the personality to its summit. Oh my god, that was so good.
I know, for real. And this other player is this Skittles, I believe.
This is Skittles, who is a youngling player, number 1 in Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. Of all states.
Yep.
Who would have thunk? But now he's taking his talents over here to good old Round Rock, Texas. Fighting against some of the best of the best. So Skittles kind of having a vice grip on the Wi-Fi era. Yeah. And with a character like Youngling at the helm, you know, this guy's got it. You know, and he's been traveling even before that and putting up notable results. But I think his honest to God, real come up was over the quarantine era because he was so dominant. You know, we were seeing him versus Epic Gabe in like grand finals of so many tournaments. He was farming so many of these Wi-Fi events. But now he's got to go up against a monster in Cosmos right here.
The Wi-Fi era is going to give you the matchup experience you need, coming over a lot of like strange matchups. However, while like a lot of people might not be too used to Pyra Mythra quite yet, when you're playing against everybody on the world, like on online, I'm sure he has tons of matchup experience in this.
I was going to say one advantage I'd say is we saw it earlier in this event during Squad Strike, because I feel like someone has a pocket Aegis out there.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Everyone does. I feel like this character, as opposed to most DLC characters, a lot of people have at least basic matchup experience with their punish game on this character. Because I swear to God, everyone and their mom has been playing this character.
I feel like most DLC characters kind of start off like in that high tier range until they lab them up to top tier, where Aegis is like the first like DLC characters. Everybody's just like, yeah, they're top.
Yeah, they're top tier.
Right away.
Even after Summit, we were seeing chattering from all these top players about, this character's top 3. Some of them so bold to say this character's top 1. So I'm curious to see what Cosmos is going to be doing here. So far, he's the biggest proponent. Both him and I say Spargo are like the biggest players right now, proving the point of this character being a total threat in the meta right now.
And I'm loving the Mythra play right now because Mythra's going to have that speed to get around Youngling's kind of stage controller with all these projectiles. But if they're not careful, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, like when you're using invincibility to make your rolls and whatnot, that might be able to get through some of like the up close range boomerangs and whatnot.
I was gonna say I'm interested to see how Foresight affects projectiles. I haven't seen it in full effect just yet. Excellent anti-air up smash right there.
I was about to call it bats with him, but you know, PTSD and all that stuff.
We're still traumatized with Smash 4. Please be nice to us. There you go. Perfect example right there. That down tilt being an incredibly safe option on shield. Cosmos foresighting it to make it completely unsafe. And that is the little DLC sprinkle you need with this character. If the character itself wasn't DLC enough already.
We know the YouTube meta. DLC moves are broken.
They are.
Who does this one have?
Not clickbait. Gone wild.
But like talking about like those kind of like DLC-esque things, like Youngling, people don't really realize that. Like at the beginning of the game, sure, back in 2018, 2019, Youngling was heralded as one of the top tier characters and fell off a little bit. But if you look at the frame data for this character, it's actually absolutely wild. And that Foresight is going to come in handy so much in order to get that. But here we are at Pyra getting that kill. Doesn't need frame data for that, just needs something strong.
And again, another anti-air up smash. I think Skittles needs to become a little bit more privy to the fact that Cosmos has been waiting for him to jump right in his face. I feel like Skittles needs to start taking a little bit more defensive approaches, such as maybe a short hop back boomerang or something like that. Because Cosmos has already called out your jump right in his face twice.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Youngling has the frame data to do that. But against a character with such strong anti-air tools in Pyra Mythra, that might not be their best bet. Oh my God.
Using it for the punish, too. The presence of mind like that was so good.
These Foresight timings are ridiculous. And I think this is the main. So we see many different styles of Pyra Mythra. You know, you have L-Man from MDVA who plays only Pyra. I feel like Cosmos is on the flip side of that, where he mostly prefers Mythra.
Yeah.
As opposed to very specific situations. Then you see players like Spargo who will play Mythra, but very, very quickly switch to Pyra when it comes time for that boomstick to come out.
I think one of the best parts about the character too, it's especially that Spargo does a lot, is like when he like switches to Pyra to get that, as soon as he realizes like even if they're still at high percent, if it's not going to work just yet, you can go right back to Mythra to regain stage control.
Oh my God.
And speaking of quick switches, Cosmos shows that he's ready with it too. Getting that 2-stock there off stage, like Youngling has some good frame data, but off stage, like if you're running out of resources, you are sitting to kill moves like that.
And I think if you had the cumulative time, I definitely butchered that word, but if we had the full time that Cosmos went Pyra that entire game, it was like maybe around 10-15 seconds.
Like those 10-15 seconds matter.
They did. Those were the really crucial moments right there,
Yes.
especially with how large and encompassing Pyra's both back air and forward air can be off stage. It makes getting back with high recoveries an absolute nightmare because that character can go that deep out there.
we see so many fast characters in top tiers, but it's always like, oh, they always have like 1 or 2 more kill moves. Yeah. This character has a whole kit of kill moves.
This character's everything.
It's what Sheik and Zelda should have been since the beginning.
It does it all. It slices, it dices, walks your dog, does your taxes.
Good foresight there. I swear, none of these little combos or frame traps from Young Link are working in this matchup.
And you'd see, and most matchups, these would work. These are definitely combos that would work most of the time, or moves that would be very difficult to punish. Like Young Link uppy, kind of hard to punish because the end lag isn't super huge. Down tilt, a very traditionally move that's safe on shield, but against a character like Mythra, none of that matters when Foresight is such a strong tool.
And even just like the run and dash speed beyond that too, just getting over Boomerang like is no problem. But that projectile going to keep Skittles off stage, however, that bomb's going to save a little bit longer.
That was a really cute mix-up right there, but Skittles fast falling a little too hard right there. Man, he's just having such difficulty navigating this matchup so far.
I don't blame him. That was a scary situation to be in. However, he needs to, get a little bit more grounded here to see if he can do anything with the second stock.
And we're seeing already just how confident Cosmos is in their advantage. They've just been whiff punishing all of these brazen attempts on Skittles. We're definitely starting to see a little bit of desperation mount from Skittles.
A little bit of links there, however. Cosmos keeping on the pressure, but with that pressure, Skittles starting to make a little bit of a turnaround, getting him to 72%.
We're seeing right here, oh, that's a huge punish opportunity right there for Cosmos. And yeah, you saw Pyra come out as soon as, as he whiffed it. I like that, using the switch right there to be like, okay, I can whiff punish this. And the switch is just that quick.
Just take that quick damage, and he's going to stick his power a little bit longer at 88%. Oh, yeah,
this is an up air.
Done.
Yeah, there you go, you're dead.
And let's switch it. There we go.
There you go, we're back. It's like when you're switching the channels on the TV, you can't find the good one to watch. The game is on and also a really good movie's on, so you have to switch between both when the commercials come on.
Exactly.
And we're on the verge of a 3-stock here, Chia. This is looking mighty brutal for the hero of time over here.
And it's game 2 as well, which means that Cosmos is only adapting even further, not the other way around when it's Skittles' counterpick.
For real, it's got to be a slap in the face that when game 2 you're like, all right, I'm going to adapt to this. And then the other player adapts even harder to what you're doing currently.
I mean, at that point, I feel like maybe just in a different stage.
Maybe,
I like PS2 in this matchup as well, just like we did the last set. However, at this point, statistics, I don't know.
It's just that Cosmos has the ground. I feel like Skittles has been opting to go for a lot of aerial options, which Young Link does have in spades. The fact of the matter is, though, Mythra is just fast enough to shark all of these landings. She has one of the best ground speeds in this entire game, one of the best dash grabs, or at least one of the quickest grabs that we've seen. And that up air is just such a lethal tool to shark landings most of the time. Look at that. You can land and do something in an instant with this guy.
Anything really. Try to go off there that just, seal it out. Barely missed it. Will this get anything bigger? Oh, Nair's going to come down and rip through anything Skittles had planned.
And it's just blowing my mind. In that interaction there specifically, we saw Cosmos lose that trade and still made it back to stage faster than Young Link was able to. And another anti-air up smash just scooping up right there. That move has it all.
Didn't even need Pyra for that one.
Oh, man. It didn't even need her.
Didn't even.
Keep her back in the box. Whatever you do in Xenoblade, I think you just switch swords. I'm not too sure. I haven't played it.
I haven't either.
I'm sorry, Xenoblade.
Eventually.
I've heard it's a fantastic game.
Right?
It's really good.
I've seen so many cool people streaming it. It looks so great.
Yeah.
But, had to apologize to Shulk Mains in Smash 4. Have to apologize to the Pyra Mythra mains in this game. We'll get there eventually. We promise. When we get your third character, maybe we'll try.
Yeah, maybe we'll play it then.
Fourth character.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. All right, now back to PS2 once more. And I think the adaptation Skittles needs right here is just play a little bit more grounded. Try not to force your way into so many situations. A big piece of advice that I got yesterday from Zai, a really good player from Louisiana, is don't push buttons that it's unnecessary to push buttons that will not hit in neutral.
Exactly.
If you have the frame data to kind of camp people out and bait them out by pressing those moves, that's absolutely different than trying to force your way in through neutral every single time. And I think Skittles has realized that as he's decided already to play a lot more defensively than he was the first 2 games.
Which is really good to kind of keep that on your mind, because sometimes when you're in desperation mode down 0-2 and if things aren't looking good, sometimes players will go for more kind of riskier kind of options, just trying to catch a top player off guard.
Exactly.
But the more you just stay grounded, you're in top 32 for a reason. You can do this. Just stay focused like he's doing right now.
And finally, we're seeing one of the first leads Skittles has had this entire time, and I think he's taking the adaptation to heart right now. He's been playing a lot more grounded, using a lot more projectiles. We've been seeing a lot of success from that in players like Kobe helming this character. That's going to be the stock right there. Excellent punish right there. I swear to God, we don't see a lot of Pyras, or rather, a lot of Mythras go off stage and try to use up B to counter edge guard. That is a really, really good tool to use right there. And I think more Pyra Mythra players should write that down and integrate that into their gameplay.
What I like about that, not only do we get the rinse repeat there for a couple of times, but the fact that Cosmos then knew the exact spacing where Skittles wouldn't immediately ledge snap, would just kind of linger there, was right when the forward smash was ready. That's matchup knowledge.
That's real, yeah. And I know Cosmos, I know he used to live in Ohio. I'm not sure if he still does, but he used to play with Colonies a little bit. He's another very storied Young Link player out there. So I have to assume he has to know at least somewhat of the basics of what to look out for in this character. And I know 1,000,001 commentators do that, but high-level matchup experience is super important in any metric you can get. It doesn't matter if the playstyle is different. You'll still know the basic things you should be looking out for in the matchup.
A little bit of like an options like there on that like ledge coverage was so good with the down tilt, tricking him to get up if it didn't already hit, and then ready for the grab.
Yeah, Cosmos, we're finding a very similar position we've been seeing a lot earlier in this set right here. Just really finding these little pickings and advantage and just maximizing them. That was such a good jump to Nair right there. There weren't many options Cosmos actually could have done to get down there safely besides that Nair. And man, is that Nair scary.
The jump, just like you've noticed every single time. I can't tell who's noticing more, you or Cosmos.
He's just waiting. I like this a lot because it forces Skittles to get into an uncomfortable position that he's not quite used to. Young Link has to close this stock out, and given how fast Mythra is, she can really actually run away from a lot of these arrows before she has to commit to shielding, which is actually brilliant.
Yeah, either run away or just run in his face, grab every single lane. Like, that was like completely unattested, all that damage.
You are never safe when it comes to this character. You're always going to have to be fighting for your life. And the switch to Mythra into the spot dodge. Chia reeling back from
that was the best use of invincibility for possibly got that situation.
That was insane. All right, though, just Cosmos trying to find his way down from this platform. And I like, even with how much aggression he's been using, it's all calculated. Like, he's been really picking his spots in the cracks of Skittles' armor consistently well this entire time. And it's leaving Skittles to flounder a little bit.
What I like here is that we haven't seen much foresight come into play in Game 3, but I think that's a good thing to say about Skittles because he's mixing up the timing of his projectiles, so it's not going to be as predictable in order for Cosmos to, like roll through them and get those punishes in the same way.
All right, though, finally the Blazing Edge coming out, but there's really not much room to punish there as Pyra can still roll and do a lot of other evasive tools in that situation. And man, this is tough for Skittles. You need to take this stock off right now, but how are you going to do it when you've got a character with so much kill power right in front of your face? Just like that, I guess. The kill. All right, though, there's a chance here. There's a glimmer for young Skittles.
Young Link does have some early kills. If he can get something into an up B off stage, he's going to be looking for. And like a lot of people say about some other top tiers, like, oh, they're so good, but their recovery is a little lackluster, which, Pyra Mythra, nothing to scoff at, but they are on the lower end of recovery, I'd say, like bottom 60% or so.
All right, though, a little bit. Skittles making Cosmos taste the rainbow a little bit right now. He's getting this nice, safe damage off, just shifting into hyper defense mode right now. But one opening is all Cosmos needs. And you see how deep he's going. No jump left on Skittles, but it doesn't matter. The bomb comes out. And yeah, that F smash can hit quite far over the ledge as well, but it's not going to matter. The up smash out of shield, Skittles extending the fist bump. And man, what?
That's wow. So far. Oh my God.
That's got to be tough, man. And Cosmos just saying so calculated, so cool. You can tell this is why he's been a top player throughout so many years of Smash competitively. Honestly, his come up was so meteoric. And he's proven to be one of the players to stay at the top for quite a bit now.
For multiple games, too. Yeah.
With all kinds of characters, too.
Right?
All kinds of characters. He had Pikachu. He had Corrin. He had his Pyra Mythra now, which honestly, that's the DLC privilege you need.
It is. He had an explosive start at the beginning of Ultimate. Then I feel like kind of fell off a little bit. And then at the big event by BG Bootcamp, I forget exactly which one it was. But then he surprised everybody with Corrin in Ultimate again after Smash.
It was Glitch, I think.
I think it was.
It was a Pokemon glitch.
And then we didn't hear from him a little bit because of quarantine and whatnot. And then he came back with Pyra Mythra, and he's better than ever.
That's the truth.
All right, in the meantime, while we prepare our next set for all of you, we're going to prepare this event a little bit further by helping pay the bills. So we're going to go to this ad break. Stick around, check out all the different streams going on, and we'll see you right back in just a few minutes.